What if, one night, in the safety of your own home, you hear a knock at the door only to realize the strangers outside don't want to come in, they just want to play with your fear? It was a quiet night in 1985, in a small, isolated village surrounded by dense woods. The lights in most houses were already out, except for the one at the end of the road, a couple celebrating their first anniversary. But little did they know, this night would become their worst nightmare. A young couple, Arya and Daniel, had rented a cozy countryside cabin for a weekend getaway. The plan was simple: escape from the city, enjoy the serenity of nature, and celebrate their love. The day had been perfect: a hike through the woods, a candlelit dinner, and laughter echoing through the cabin. By midnight, the forest outside was silent, and the couple had just started watching an old horror movie when they heard a soft knock at the door. Confused, Daniel walked to the door and peeked through the peephole. No one was there. Maybe it was the wind, he suggested, brushing off Arya's unease. But minutes later, the knocking resumed, louder this time. Arya checked the windows, still no sign of anyone. The couple decided to ignore it, assuming it was a prank by locals. Suddenly, the electricity went out, plunging the cabin into darkness. Daniel grabbed a flashlight and checked the fuse box outside while Arya stayed inside, clutching a kitchen knife. As she stood by the door, she noticed something chilling: a handprint smeared across the window pane. Before she could react, Daniel burst back inside, pale and trembling. "There's someone out there," he whispered. "They're wearing masks." The knocking grew louder, more aggressive, echoing from all sides of the cabin. The couple realized the intruders weren't trying to get in, they were already inside. Shadows flickered across the walls, and faint whispers filled the air. Terrified, they barricaded themselves in the bedroom. Suddenly, the whispers stopped, and an eerie silence filled the cabin. Thinking the strangers had left, they cautiously stepped out, only to find the word "welcome" carved into the living room wall. The torment escalated. The masked intruders toyed with the couple, leaving cryptic messages, destroying their belongings, and always staying just out of reach. Every attempt to call for help failed, the phone lines were cut, and their car had been sabotaged. As dawn approached, Arya and Daniel decided to make a run for it. They armed themselves with kitchen knives and dashed into the woods. But the forest was a maze, and the masked strangers seemed to know every path. Cornered in a clearing, the couple turned to face their pursuers. The strangers removed their masks, revealing their cold, emotionless faces. "Why are you doing this?" Arya cried. One of the strangers smiled and whispered, "Because you were home." The story ends with the couple's terrified screams echoing through the forest. Days later, the cabin is found abandoned, with no sign of Arya or Daniel. The only clue is a chilling note left on the kitchen table: "We'll be back for more." Fear has no reason, and evil needs no motive. Do you think you'd survive if they came knocking? Let us know in the comments below.